Good, whatever time of the day it is you happen to be listening. This is the P&A Podcast Express coming to you from the Palm Street Studios. Adam and Phil are here featuring
featuring the studio. Hi, studio.
Hello, studio.
The fridge still isn't plugged in.
The lava lamp is lavaing, though.
The lava lamp is lavaing. The Casa Azul bottle has made its appearance up here finally. The tequila bottle we came about on a podcast that's legendary at this point, I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
So now the Casa Azul bottle is here. Great tequila.
Really good stuff.
I'm going to have to buy another one, maybe for the triple nickel.
They have a lot of different varieties of it.
Yeah.
And that bottle is not, I mean, it was phenomenal, but it's not even close to their most expensive bottle.
They're high end, and it's a handmade bottle. Well, you've seen the picture of it. It's got the bell on top, which we appreciate.
Yes.
But it's here now in the studio. I'm pointing. You can't see. I digress. Anyway, what's happening, man?
We're going to need to get a
multi-cam.
Well, a camera that
so eventually we will have a multi-camera set up here in the studio. And, we already have decent production value audio-wise, but maybe video-wise one of these days.
We'll be stepping it up. We've got a lot of equipment we just have to get going.
I know it's tough to invest in this podcast, though, because I don't know if it's built to last.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll keep going or not or anything like that.
It can't go many more episodes. I mean, it's in its infancy right now.
Well, I kind of feel like it's on life support.
That's my fault. I'm sorry.
Now that we finally got a studio and set up, now that it's after April, after April 1st, we're going to get in some big, huge argument and just absolutely hate each other. I mean, you are off air. Phil is a disagreeable prick. Holy shit.
Yeah, I pretty much am.
I mean, all the rest of us are going broke to keep NASA around. Because I'm
unbearable. What can I say? I'm totally unbearable. I am not considerate of others. I just go on pell-mell with what I want to do because I don't give a shit. And it's my huge ego, my narcissism, and definitely the fact that I've never passed a mirror that I never stopped and admired myself in for, a solid 5 to 10 minutes. So,
well, I'm going to see right now, is there anybody that disagrees with this? Well,
hold on.
Apparently no.
I guess crickets have it.
Huh. It's about time I got a cricket sound.
It is. It's really kind of something that should be in the drop bucket.
Long overdue.
Long overdue, my friend.
I'm going to have to pull it down for real, though. That was...
So, folks, it is the Thursday edition. Hopefully you're doing all right and making it through your week. The weekend is almost upon us, or it's damn close when you're listening. Or, hell, I don't know, when you might be listening. Nobody knows. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows my sorrow.
Nobody knows. That is true.
So we're going to have a caller this episode is what I've heard. Potentially.
We are.
But usually the caller, I love the guy to death, like family. Awesome dude. One of my favorites ever. Way more talented than I am. But when he says he's going to call in at a certain time, it's usually anywhere between 15 minutes to 45 minutes later, I've noticed.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Well, last time he was supposed to call, he didn't call at all, but he said he would this time. I did belittle him for that.
Did you?
I should.
You let him, as you should.
You
let him have it a little bit?
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like that was appropriate.
Very apropos. Well, we had listener letters last episode. On the Tuesday's episode,
what the dog doing?
Last episode we featured a Hall of Famer. Tuesday's episode we featured a Hall of Famer. I don't know. We'll see what this episode brings. What do you think? We had the GHC on Tuesday, which I thought was a great episode, which, by the way, I want to cross-pollinate a little bit here. Check out Fantasy Wizard on YouTube, too. You won't be disappointed.
For sure.
You're going to hear more of us, but we're not running the show. But it is a sports-based podcast. I'm not going to lie. It is about sports and purely about sports.
It is, and it's pretty good. We're actually a little more serious than we are in this one.
And
but there's still some funny parts.
Here's also an update. It's clean, so it's for all ages, all audiences. It's appropriate.
So
which is something we don't normally do.
Give it a listen.
Yeah, Fantasy Wizard. Check it out.
And we fully enjoy doing it.
I thoroughly enjoy doing it. I really do. And
I'm already stealing a lot of what you're going to do for fantasy.
Yeah, I know. That's the only problem is I'm giving away all of my strategies, secrets, and idiosyncrasies. Ugh.
Yeah. But it's okay. It's all for the betterment.
So I'm going to have to win this year because I'm by zigging when I should have zagged. So I'm going to have to not think like George. Remember when George did that in Seinfeld? He's like,
he did.
What would George do? Do the opposite. That's what I'll do. What would Phil do? I'm going to do the opposite.
That's a very good plan. I'm also going to do the opposite of what you would do.
Gosh damn it. Well, I guess we're at a stalemate here then.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
I'm going to do the opposite, but better. Like if you're going to go 180 degrees, I'm going to go either 181 or 179.
You son of a bitch.
So, yeah. I just got to figure out your patterns to know which way I got to go. Because I don't want to go 181 if I should have went 179, because that'll just make me worse than you.
Because that's exactly it. You're 1 degree worse.
Yeah.
Or better. You got to. It's the sweet spot. You got to figure out. That's the tipping point. You got to figure out. Do I need to go left or do I need to go right? And you, if we were playing rock paper scissors and I was playing against your left hand, I would probably throw scissors because I know you'd have a hard time throwing rock.
Well, it is the famous saying, what would Phil do?
Right.
Do 1% different.
Do 1% different. All it takes is 1%. 1%, 1 degree.
Yeah,
that's it.
For sure.
1 degree. That's it. 1 degree. 1 degree is what killed the dinosaurs.
I had to hit the cough button.
I saw that. They should have one of those on local radio for when somebody calls in and said, bullshit.
They should, but they don't. Right. Well, they do. Somebody didn't start it. Somebody was like, oh, I'll hit the cough button.
You know, it is disheartening when you put in a lot of work somewhere. And just like that, all of a sudden, everything and every trace of yourself can just be cleansed from the whole program within a day. When I was such a large part of things.
Yes.
It's kind of disheartening. Will you do that to the podcast here someday when I fuck up and you just like cleanse everything?
It's already in process.
You're going to take all of the audio from every podcast, and whenever I talk, you're going to scrub it. So you don't hear me at all, right?
I'm just going to put a voice changer on it and make it good.
Oh. Oh.
I've already got AI Phil in the works.
See, I'm no longer required.
So I did try and get us, and I'm feverishly working on this.
All right.
I'm trying to get the podcast a AI girlfriend.
Oh, I know. I like to get back to this.
One that talks. And so I went to one, and it ended up, they said it talked, but it cost you a fortune. So apparently this thing will not only like, it's all AI.
Right.
It will not only talk to you, but it will text you, email you, and it will send you inappropriate stuff.
Like, oh my, like
pictures.
Oh, titty pics?
Apparently, yeah. Of course, they probably have like 7 nipples, like on.
Could you imagine getting a titty pic from your AI girlfriend? God damn, what an awesome time we live in. I want to actually.
There's some guy out there going, oh yeah.
I want to talk about that. A titty pic from your AI girlfriend.
Yes.
That is fucking amazing.
So, yeah, that's a whole thing, but it's a lot of money. So every time it goes on a credit system.
That ain't cheap titties.
It's trying to demonetize it. So it goes on a credit system, and it's like $100 for 8,000 credits. But every message you send, and it starts out with 20 free credits. So I'm like, all right, if all we can get is
so it's like DraftKings or something.
Yeah. And so I'm like, all right, I'll message this thing a couple times and see if it's any good.
Right.
And it's like, hey, what's your name? And so I just type back Panda for P&A.
Right.
And they're like, well, let's get down to business, Panda. Are you just looking to fuck? It's like, damn it, AI. I love you.
I've never really noticed that P&A is Panda.
Yeah.
God, how have I not noticed that after all? I've always put the ampersand in there. I've never really.
But it works good
So
for
really-
a name, yeah.
Wait a minute here. So really, our podcast could be the Panda Express. You fucking did that on purpose, didn't you?
I did not.
That is the funniest thing I've heard in a long time.
I did. So I realized it for the first time when I was filling this thing out.
So we're literally the Panda Express podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. So is this why we can't get sponsorship?
Maybe. One of many reasons.
Or if you're Panda Express, they're like,
Yeah, they're like, oh, hey, there's a podcast we could sponsor. Let's listen. Okay, no.
God damn it.
Slip it in the bathtub while jerking it? No.
But I had orange chicken before that.
Well, So, okay. Now you brought up something that I have to discuss. I absolutely love the Kung Pao sauce from PF Chang's. Got enough, it's not super hot, but it's got a bite to it. It's just good. I love it on my eggs in the morning, right? So
I heard Zap Packs are good on eggs too.
I believe that. Well,
go ahead.
Anthony does that. He goes to the packet drawer and he gets his Zap Packs out. So I'm thinking the other day I'm going through Panda Express in Port Huron. I had to go down there for an appointment, and I go through Panda Express and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get some pepper chicken.
Awesome.
Very, very good.
Really, everything. I like a lot of things on their menu, but the orange chicken because it's just too sugary and too sweet for me.
Yeah.
But everything else, like the pepper chicken, their teriyaki is good too.
Have you ever had their Kung Pao chicken?
I have. It's good.
So you would love it because
Actually, the Kung Pao shrimp is.
It is. So what I got had like the actual chunks of peppers in it.
Oh yeah.
And it hurt. It was so hot. Now I mixed everything together with the pepper chicken because the pepper chicken was rather mild, I thought.
Right.
That kind of balanced it out. But I was like, holy shit, this is some potent stuff. I did not expect that from Panda Express.
Way to go, Panda Express. But God damn it. I can't unsee it now. I can't unsee it with our podcast now.
I'm sorry. I realized it now at least it's Panda Podcast Express.
Right.
But I did notice that when I put in Panda, like for the name on this AI thing, Panda.
It's the Panda Podcast Express.
Yes.
We're lucky they don't sue us.
They can try.
There's a word in there, though, podcast. So.
Exactly.
They can try. They're not going to get shit. We're busy paying FCC fines for a local radio station.
You can take everything I got, and then their lawyers would be like, well, we're all in debt now, too.
Fuck. Do you want the good news or do you want the bad news? The good news is this will be over quick. The bad news is we all broke now.
They're going to be like, we took them for everything they have. We now owe Musician's Friend $800.
We owe Musician's Friends $800. I love it. Oh, and apparently we financed some tires at Discount Tire.
So, yeah. All good stuff.
Oh, no. This is how my life's going. This is really how my life is going.
Oh, the Tigers are now 3-3.
What the shit, Tigers?
This is Monday's game, so you don't have to worry about this today.
They have a penchant for blowing leads.
Well, they don't score runs.
Yeah, they struggled. And Miami is abysmal. Miami's one of the worst teams they're going to play this season. They're playing the Miami Marlins.
So as hot as the Tigers started out, They are carrying roughly the same record they have for the last 10 years.
They're 500.
At 500, yeah. At this point, the 40 games in, being right around 500 or a little less.
So who gave up the runs for the Tigers? Manning did. He gave up 3 earned runs, I guess. You'll have that shit. He went 5.2. You know what sucks? I read this today, and I know it's not a sports podcast, but the motherfucking Detroit Pistons made history. Did you see this?
I did not.
They had the worst record in the NBA, ended up with the 5th pick, which is the worst they could possibly do in the lottery, for the 2nd year in a row.
Yeah.
That's never happened before. Worst record in the NBA 2 years in a row, 5th pick 2 years in a row. David Stern hates the Detroit Pistons. Oh, wait, David Stern's dead.
It's the ghost of David Stern.
That's crazy. The odds are astronomical of that happening. The fact that you can have the worst record in the NBA twice, and the worst pick you can possibly get with the way the lottery set up is 5, and they went 5-5 both years.
So,
but they probably figure they blow first number 1 picks and number 2 picks anyway. So
this is the curse of the palace.
It is. Why did they bulldoze that motherfucker?
Well, honestly, I will never go to another Pistons game ever because,
which is why it doesn't matter if they're shit then, right?
Well, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not a huge basketball guy anyways.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the run. I like the bad boy Pistons. I like the early
I did too.
2000s Pistons.
I've been to several Pistons games. I've been to bad boy games. I've been to it when they had, Rasheed Wallace and those guys and Chauncey. And
it was awesome. But really, how cursed can you be? And the odds are, I think it was less than 0.5% that this would happen.
Well, the odds are horrible in their favor. Very good in their favor. So bet against the Pistons at all chances because they just suck. I mean, that you can't even blame on management.
No, that's just piss poor luck. They really should have had the number 1 pick last year when a generational talent was the number 1 overall pick easily. This year, it doesn't sting as much because there's no clear-cut number 1 pick. There's 2 or 3 top guys, and then there's, the next couple of guys. But yeah.
Maybe they'll get Bronny.
Yay! And then LeBron will... Oh, Jesus.
They'll sign him for some huge deal, and then he'll have a heart attack or whatever, and LeBron won't play, and I would not want LeBron to come to Detroit.
You killed my son.
I would not want him to come to Detroit.
We got to shift gears because this just bums me out.
But
here we go. I got in weird facts here. I love these weird facts. It's a Facebook page. Get this. In 2010, a Canadian man rescued a newborn baby from a dumpster, only to find out he was the baby's father. Only in Canada.
Holy shit. Well, I mean, based on the population up there, your chances are way better.
Really, I'm not going to lie. If I had to move anywhere that wasn't the United States, it would obviously be Canada. Do you feel that way too? If I had to live there full time?
Nope. Not for me. It'd be somewhere warmer.
Really?
So,
see, the cold never bothered me anyway.
The Virgin Islands, something like that. Well, I don't like ice. I don't like to slip.
Yeah, I could see that.
So, the Virgin Islands, I actually know a couple people who've moved there and have loved it, done very, very well. And
well, I would consider Mexico, but the problem is it's full of Mexicans.
It is, and that probably is not likely to change. In fact, you would become one.
And that was a joke. It's a joke, but still, I wouldn't want to move to Mexico.
I don't think I'd move to Mexico.
I have a friend that I worked with during the Boeing days that retired and moved to Mexico and lives like a king down there because he had saved up a couple $100,000. And it's so dirt cheap. He owns his house. But, caveat, he pays, last I knew, about $150 a month for protection.
Yeah.
And that's his biggest expense. Is $150 a month for protection. Nobody messes with him because he's protected. But yeah, what if that guy all of a sudden decides, or what if something happens and then
It's kind of funny because I heard somebody talking. They were doing an interview with Sammy Hagar, and he of course is big Cabo guy, Cabo San Lucas.
Yeah.
And the further south you go, the less crime there is.
Yeah.
When you're up here by the border, it's horrible because that's where all your drug guys are.
And he's down there a little bit. But the fact of the matter is, he says it's pretty quiet in the town. And once in a while there'll be some disturbances, but he says as long as you consistently pay that $150, and he knows people that have been there for 20 years doing it, you're going to live a peaceful existence. And he says,
yeah,
that's my biggest expense. The rest of my bills total barely add up to that $150 just for protection. And when you got a couple $100,000 in the bank and your house is paid for down there, like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
Well, and I mean, let's face it, you're not going to pay a lot for heating.
No.
So, you got to cool the place, but you build an adobe shack and you can cool it pretty easy.
Right.
But yeah, apparently if you get down like right to the bottom, like below Mexico City,
Yeah.
It becomes pretty crime free because there's none of the drug stuff going on. Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, it's your old buddy Catfish.
Holy shit.
Holy crap.
Cat piss. Now the new studio feels complete.
It feels like a cat is probably pissed up here at one point. This is awesome.
Good to hear from you, Bill, Alan. So good to call your shitty podcast again. Been a while.
It's good to hear your voice, man. What have you been up to?
Oh, the usual. Writing songs, telling riddles.
Well, we haven't heard from you in a while. And of course, when you go a long time without calling us, we fear the worst. I thought maybe, you'd hooked up with some girl on a cruise ship and we were never going to hear from you again.
Oh, no, my whole luck turned around now, guys. My whole luck turned around. I was, last time we was talking, I had that girl, and she passed away.
What? Wait a minute. Hold on. Your luck turned around. The girl you were talking about last time that you seemed to be very happy with has passed away, but your luck has turned around. All right, do explain, please.
Oh, it's so glad she gone because she left me everything.
Really?
Yeah, I got...
Uh-oh, you went away.
You cut out on us a little bit.
Let's see what's going on here.
Uh-oh.
Put a little roofie in her coffee and got her to sign some papers there.
Yeah? So you're living a good life now then. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, Cat Piss, you're cutting out on us.
I blame...
Oh, you hear me now?
We can hear you now. We missed a part of that, though. We missed the crux of it after you said she passed away.
I put a roofie in her coffee.
You put a roofie in her coffee? No, and that worked?
Put a roofie in her coffee. Yeah, that's the old trick I learned back home. Put a roofie in her coffee. And then I pulled out some papers and she didn't know what she was doing, and she signed everything over to me. And then she took off after one of my cats got hit by a truck in the road.
Well, you cannot get any better luck than
glorious.
That.
It's glorious.
That is some great luck. I mean, not for her. Did she save the cat?
Yeah.
Oh, that.
She took my little cat, J-Mo. I knew I let J-Mo out the door. There's no way she gonna catch him. I let him out the door. She took off running after him, got hit by a truck.
J-Mo's fast, but yeah, I'm glad that J-Mo is safe. So
yeah, J-Mo made it across the road, but she didn't.
So what is the first thing you did? I hope is went and got all of your equipment out of hock at the pawn shop.
Yes, sir. The first thing I did was I pawned all her tea kettle collection.
Nice. Tea kettle collection.
And then I bought me a new guitar, and I got 4 more cats, and I bought like a 5-gallon drum of litter. And now we just living high on the hog down here in New Orleans.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, I'm so happy to hear it. We feared the worst.
We really did. We haven't heard from you in so long. We were actually just discussing it off air, wondering how the blues legend Catfish Johnson was doing. We haven't heard from you in so long. And It's so great. What an American success story I feel like right here.
Yeah, you know.
That is truly the American dream.
I was gonna play you a song today, fellas.
All right, I'm ready for it.
Was you gonna be able to play that beat?
He's got one queued up for you.
I'm pulling it up.
He's actually working on it right now. So how's the weather down there in New Orleans?
Oh, it's real good. It's beautiful down here.
That's good.
Especially because I ain't got no woman in here with me no more.
So what's next for women-wise for Cat Piss? Are you going to go out and try to find another one? Or are you done with all that racket? Done with all that?
I'm definitely going to find out. I got another one on the line right now.
That's good. She
only got one leg, though.
She only got one leg. All right.
Well,
she only got one leg. I ain't worried. She ain't going to be running out in the street after no cat, no.
Well, I was just going to say, she ain't going to, no worry about her getting hit.
Right.
So you're going to have to improvise an extra exit strategy for that one then, if things go awry.
So y'all had like a 500 episode, I heard.
We did.
How'd that go?
It was shitty.
It was terrible. It was, it was worse than 499 other ones we'd done.
Well, no, there was that one you wasn't in, Phil. That was a good one.
Yeah, that's par for the course and true. I can't debate that.
So what kind of blues? Tell me if this one works for you.
Yeah, lay it down.
Oh, it's taking a second here.
Here we go.
Is that a little too?
No, man, that ain't the blues, man.
No, that's not. That's
jazz fusion or some shit.
Look at that. Cat Piss knows he's a legend. You cannot confront a legend when it comes to this stuff.
I'm glad you respect, Bill. I'm glad that you show that respect that I am a blues legend.
Absolutely.
The song I'm going to play for you tonight is off my 4th album called Queef of My Heart.
Queef of My Heart. That's beautiful. That's so what inspired...
I'm sorry. Wait. I misread that. It's Take Another Queef of My Heart.
Take Another Queef of My Heart. What do you think of something like this?
Is this too fast? You want something slower?
Yeah, just give me some little bump.
Okay, just a little bit slower.
Right,
just a little.
I got a slower one here.
Just tune it down. Take a little queef of my heart.
That's the album. This song's off the album, Another Queef of My Heart. And the title of this song is Non-Dairy Creamer Fart Blues.
Dairy Creamer Fart Blues. What? All right. Well, hopefully we're going to hear the song here, and then maybe we'll talk a little more about that inspiration. I think that's still too fast. That's the same one, man.
It was a different track.
Really, we're not adding a ton of production value. We got a legend on the line here, and we're not. He just wants the old school, yeah.
That's it, man.
I'm gonna have to go to the slower one even.
It's even slower, or just slow it down. We heard our podcast is less shitty if you listen to it 1.5 speed. There, Cat Piss. Have you ever encountered anything like that?
Actually, I have, and your podcast was just as shitty.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot to me. Can you work with this, or you need something a little more?
Yeah. Let's hear that one. Come on, let me play. Yep. Let's hear that one play. That's it.
All right.
I think that'll work. Y'all ready?
Right. Lay it on us.
We're ready anytime.
This is the Non-Dairy Creamer Fart Blues. Well, I had scrambled eggs for breakfast, baby. And I had broccoli for lunch. I said I had scrambled eggs for breakfast, baby. And I had broccoli for lunch. But that ain't what you're smelling. Got the non-dairy creamer fart blue. Something like that anyway.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was inspirational. You know, music like that can help people.
I think so. Music heals.
It does. Especially those with the non-dairy creamer fart blues.
Yeah, non-dairy creamer farts are underrated. I mean, let's face it. Broccoli farts, egg farts, beer farts, they're all rated higher than non-dairy creamer farts. But if you ever dealt with a nasty non-dairy creamer fart, you know exactly what those blues are all about.
I've dabbled in my time.
You know, you would think they would be dry, but they are not.
They are not.
No. It's
that's what I say in the second verse. You're going to need some tissue.
See, they get you with the non-dairy part because you think you're going to be safe. But that's the part that really disrupts everything.
Yeah. And that's the bridge in the second part, too. You think you're lactose intolerant and safe, but you're not.
See, that's awesome. Man.
That's some wordsmithing right there. I got to hand it to you. Great job. Great job.
So what's next for Catfish Johnson? You're living high off the hog. What are you going to do musically? Are you gonna go out to tour to support this at all, or just play some local venues, or what's next?
No, I'm going to wait till this girl's money runs out. And then, probably move on to another city.
Well, you know, the nice thing is she can't get out of the way of a vehicle real fast. So, I mean, that should make the work pretty easy.
If you got a one-legged one on the line, yeah.
Yeah, and no cat.
Well, yeah, I got the one-legged one, but I don't know how serious that's going to be because, she can't keep up with me.
She got any money or no?
No.
No. Well, there you go.
But she could suck the chrome off a trailer hitch.
Well, there you go.
Well, that's all you need. That's one of the big three right there. Either money or sucking the chrome off a trailer hitch, or I forgot what the third one is.
You know, I would be willing to bet Cat Piss that if you do some research, she has saved so much money over the years on socks that she's got some stacked away somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I was planning on, just getting her a new pair of shoes and just give her one every 3 years.
Exactly. Well, that's all she needs.
Well, can I offer you a pro tip here? And Campus, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything, but one of my friends only has use of one of his hands. So he will go to Lost and Founds and find a glove for his one hand he can use, and that's set for the winter. Maybe you could do something similar with shoes. I'm just saying.
No, because then you still need the right shoe every time. So that don't work, you big dumb son of a bitch.
That's
Way
fair.
to go,
That's fair.
Phil.
That's fair. I deserve that.
The better thing to do is to just go into Walmart and get her a shoe, and you put the old one in the box, and people still think it's a pair.
Or
take the display shoe.
Or one of those fancy shops that decides that they want to cut down on theft, so they only put one shoe in the box, thinking, who's going to steal one shoe?
Yeah, you ain't never done nothing till you had sex with a one-legged woman. Yeah, I tell you.
Touche. What do you just got one less leg to get in the way?
You just put one leg over your shoulder, and then you roll around to the stub side. And then that other leg ain't there to get in your way.
That is true. You know, I'm sure that you can make a bunch of money on TikTok with that.
You really could.
Maybe.
So I can see.
But now that I come into this money, I don't have to charge y'all. You don't have to cash at me to call your podcast no more.
Oh, awesome.
Oh,
so
that's
are we
nice.
So in the meantime, until the money's gone, are we going to hear from you a little more frequently?
Yeah, maybe I'll call in once in a while, break a song out for you. I don't have a riddle for you today because I wasn't prepared.
Well,
I heard you all had your 500th episode, and I wanted to call and say congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, we do.
We will send you. What size shoe does she wear? Because we will send you a whole bunch of left shoes.
She wears a 12.
Oh my!
Holy shit, she a big girl.
She making up for the 1 foot she lacking, huh?
Yeah, she not that big. She just got really big foot.
Yeah, but I'm guessing you can't put nothing in the house on shelves because she all hopping around in there and stuff.
Man, she's stable as hell on that big foot.
Really?
I
Well,
bet.
I would imagine so.
She's built a large base. There you go. Jeez. That's perfect. That's perfect.
Well, I'm so happy to hear you're doing well.
I am. We're happy to hear from you. And yeah, we were worried. It's probably been since we were in the 400s episode wise since we've heard from you or more.
Yeah. So I do have a little riddle for you.
All right.
What do you get when you fart on your wallet? Gas money.
Gas money. Perfect. I could use some of that right now.
I don't think it's going to be enough.
Well, it's good talking to you guys. I'm going to get off here, okay?
All right.
All right. Thank you, Cat Piss.
Cat Piss, always a pleasure.
All right, guys. Y'all take care.
Yep, you too, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You know, I kind of have expected that he was just going to hang up after the riddle. I'm so used to that.
I know.
He's in such a good mood having this new woman and getting rid of the other one and getting this money.
I can tell you, I can see the change, and I see it and I hear it in Cat Piss's voice. Like and I know things were hard for him for a little while there, but he is a changed man. He truly is. Like he said, like life is just awesome for Cat Piss right now.
You know, I bet you he's living in a trailer from the 80s, which is a big upgrade.
Huge step up.
Yeah. And, you know, the bathtub probably doesn't have to be used for a litter box, which will make you feel a whole lot better.
Oh, it definitely will.
I mean, I still don't think he showers, but he's a blues legend. Why would you shower?
You don't have to if you're a blues legend. Blues legend Cat Piss Johnson is. I'm shocked he talks to us. He's,
Well, I mean, we've been able to rub elbows with some pretty impressive people.
We have hobnobbed with some pretty impressive people,
and that just is another. I don't know where to go from here.
I don't either. We got some beef jerky to try.
Let's do it.
So we got sweet barbecue flavored beef brisket. This is from Dearborn brand, made in the USA.
One thing I will say,
yeah,
Brown's does have a superior dried meat selection.
Oh, yeah.
Compared to most any other place around here. I mean, you've got to get to like a jerky store before you can do better than that.
Oh, yeah. No MSG, which I appreciate. That's actually really good.
It's not bad, is it? Got a little kick to it.
Mm-hmm. The sweet.
Yep.
The sweet, the heat. It's tender.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. That's a solid 7.5, 8 out of 10.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I'd buy again.
Yeah. Not bad. I will say, though, gas station beef jerky has gotten too expensive.
Right, you have no idea. Like, I went in and bought more of that chili cheese Frito beef jerky. It's like $7 for that little bag. That was like 8 or 9, wasn't it?
That was 9, yeah.
Oh. We need a beef jerky fund. How are we going to do this with the podcast?
We're just going to have to make our own.
We can make our own.
Because I literally made some that I brought to the one podcast, and it was really good.
It was awesome.
And it was cheap.
Cheap is
so.
Good. We do enjoy cheap. I didn't expect. I knew we had a caller, but you didn't tell me it was going to be Blues Legend. I would have prepared more.
I just got a message saying from a random cricket number.
Oh, a cricket. Okay, I understand.
Saying, or it could have been Net 10, whatever. I'm not sure. It was
one of them Turner and Burner phones.
Yep, it just said random message from prepaid phone number, blah 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 blah, and it said I'll be calling in. So that's what we got.
That was splendid. I appreciated every single moan of that, including the non-dairy creamer fart blues.
I had a little bit of that going down the wrong pipe.
Oh, I thought it was you. I thought you were just going to say, I just had a non-dairy creamer fart.
No, I did not. Maybe when I coughed. I don't know.
It's tough to say.
I can't concentrate on that many things at once.
So the Dearborn brand sweet barbecue flavored beef brisket is a buy, definitely. It says, feed every adventure. Be prepared whenever life leads you, and don't let hunger slow you down.
Hell no.
Yeah, that's good shit.
It's good. Yeah. They had a couple other ones there that were of that same line that I'm anxious to try.
I need to remember to finish beef jerky though, because I told you I buy these bags, we open them, we do them, and then I never finish them. Like, especially with the cost of it. Like, we need to finish our beef jerky.
Yeah, no shit.
Ugh. Look at this. It's calm now after the storm went through.
You know, Dearborn actually makes like little beef sticks that are really, really good.
Oh yeah, I like those too.
Those are solid. Really like those. So yeah, I want to remind everybody, like us on Facebook. Go on social media. Share us. You know, we put a lot of stupid shit out there. We put a lot of effort into putting stupid shit out there for you. Go like it. If you don't like it, like it. If you do, thank you.
And if you really like it, share it.
Yeah, or even if you don't. If you're just like, screw this, I'm going to only show it to people that I hate. Friend that bully from high school, share a podcast, and then unfriend their ass.
And then text us about it or call us about it, and we'll call their ass out.
Exactly.
Because we're not as scared of any bullies here on this podcast.
We're not afraid of bullies. Well, some bullies.
Some would say we are the bullies, though. I mean, we go swap shop callers into swearing on air.
That is true.
Is that us bullying people?
I don't know. We were protecting somebody who needs protecting, I think.
But in the end, they did not want our protection. They just wanted to wash their hands of all of us.
That's all right, though. I digress.
I digress. What else? We got a few minutes to spare and share here.
We do. What's going on in the world today?
I don't know. Jared Goff got a huge extension for the Lions. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I do.
I did not want to see him go anywhere, so I do appreciate that.
Not a sports podcast.
Oh, shit. We're going to get some new chairs for the studio.
We are. We were shopping for chairs between episodes. So the other night when we were recording a Fantasy Wizard episode, we come out and there's the tremendous aurora out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And the amount of pictures I saw of it were absolutely insane.
It was a lot. It was a lot.
I mean, they were
beautiful.
good, though. They were good. I mean, it was like, wow. This is... So I actually had a friend that's down in North Carolina that posted some, and I was like, they're seeing it that vivid down there. And he was just taking them with his cell phone. And it was vivid as hell.
I mean, we have... And I remember growing up seeing them here in Michigan. But that's the most vivid I recall. But to see them that far south, though, that's amazing. Like normally this is about as far south as they trek, which would be Michigan.
And we normally don't see like the heavy, heavy reds, you know, so depending on how strong it is coming south is what you see. So we normally see greens, which is like the first layer of the atmosphere being activated. To see the reds and stuff is as vivid as they were is not usually happening around here.
So what's the conspiracy theory stuff? There was a magnetic flare storm, and I never read it.
So you know, I heard that you needed to put if you wanted your electronics to work, you needed to put it in Faraday cages. And I mean, I literally had friends on Facebook that were like, make sure you put your stuff in a Faraday cage. And it's like, dude, you know, they say tonight, like the magnetic storm doesn't happen through the day. It's just, you can't see it, dumbass.
Right.
So it was happening the whole damn day. It happened for a couple of days.
Is that why my texts haven't been coming through, maybe?
No. Thumb cellular sucks all the time.
Oh.
Talk of the
it's
thumb.
the talk of the thumb.
But not the text of the thumb. They don't advertise that.
Text of the thumb.
So, yeah, there was supposedly... So the one thing I can tell you about that is if a pulse from the sun took out our electronics like that, we've got way bigger problems.
Really?
Like way bigger problem. You don't have to worry about your cell phone because none of that shit's going to work anyways. And you better be wearing some like blue latex paint for sunscreen because it's going to be bad. So yeah, there's no, that was a total internet hoax thing.
So what is, I forget what it is, the number. If the sun were to explode, we wouldn't know it for, 7 minutes or something like that? Or is it longer than that?
Well, it depends on what kind of explosion.
Yeah.
If the sun, if the sun, and again, that's all theoretical. They don't know how fast everything would be traveling if something of that size and magnitude exploded.
Right.
But yeah, it would be a couple seconds.
Huh.
It takes the light from the sun 7 seconds to get to us.
7 seconds, not 7. Yeah.
So if it exploded, we would see the explosion, but my guess is we're gone before we see it. And maybe it is 7 minutes. It could be 7 minutes. But
well, I mean, Led Zeppelin always said if the sun refused to shine, I'd still be loving you.
Yeah, but it'd be really cold.
It'd be cold. Love.
You better hope you have yourself a good one-legged woman to snuggle with.
That's right. To roll on that nub with, as Catfish Johnson would say.
I'm going to look up something here quick to finish off our show.
All right. Please do. Because it appears the show is coming to a natural end here.
Well, I'm just looking at some of the urban legends with the aurora. So I have a list here that I think will be pretty good.
Urban legends with the Aurora Borealis. Let's go.
Why does every fucking website now want to show you notifications?
I don't know.
I don't want your damn notifications. I just want to pilfer your information.
Get out of here.
So one misnomer, auroras only happen in the middle of winter. Obviously that is not true.
Yeah.
Auroras you can't see the aurora during a full moon. Also obviously very false.
Right.
Auroras are limited to just a few times each decade.
You are fake news.
Yes. So if you know what cycle 25 is, it's a cycle of the sun in activity of solar spots. We are nearing the peak of that in about another year, towards the end of 2025, like late fall, we'll be at the peak of that.
Oh, and what does that mean if we're at the peak of that whole cycle and everything?
We're going to see more of this type of activity, but it's a 25-year cycle. We won't be at the bottom of it until 2030 something.
That's cool though.
Yeah. So we will see more of this type of activity over the next 2 to 3 years. This is going to become...
So really, what a year though, and what everything we've had. We just had the eclipse, and now we have the Aurora Borealis showing itself in all its splendor. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Unlike anything I've seen before. And so what's next? What's the next phenomenon we're going to see?
Well, this causes a magnetic storm, which does interrupt RF. So like radio stations, stuff like that will have...
Is that why Sound Like Broadcasting sucks?
No.
Oh.
Their stuff is dying. But like...
Are they dinosaurs falling into the tar pit?
Yes.
Okay.
But they won't be useful and be made into gasoline.
Ooh. Technically, burning fossil fuels is recycling.
Yes, I believe so. So this whole thing with the auroras, it does these magnetic ejections from the sun do cause radio frequency interference. And so radio frequencies like to bounce off the ionosphere. They get absorbed by the ionosphere when it's very, very activated by these magnetic fields. So what happens is when a radio frequency goes up, like from a radio station, it doesn't bounce off. So they're not getting any bounce whatsoever. So like WLEW, that's a 50,000 watt station. If you're on the fringe of that,
right,
you're not going to be able to hear it, very well at all. Which means that most of satellite, I only live like 3 miles from the towers for Satellite Broadcasting. And I got in the car the other day and it was going, I was getting interference that close. And, they're not very good if you get very far out at all, like 20 miles out.
Right.
They're fading away. But My guess is that you couldn't hear any of those stations if you got out towards Lexington at that point.
Really, that would be wild.
So, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Another big misconception is that the colors of the aurora are only green.
Right. There are multiple. We saw it the other night. There's reds. There's what? Yellows?
Yes.
What else is there?
I'm looking up another
Probably the
one
whole
here.
spectrum. Roy G. Biv.
Oh, yeah. There's blues and purples and reds. It's
And all of it.
some pretty interesting stuff, though. Like, what I really enjoy is the legends and myths.
Legends and myths. All right.
So, people used to think that they were spirit, that it was the dead, like being woken up to take over.
Really?
In olden times, yeah.
So Aurora Borealis was the dead coming
Yes.
back, the spirits of the dead coming back to
Yep.
haunt and take over the earth.
The French, Italians, and Greeks of the past thought that this was signs of blood going to be spilled.
Okay.
Interesting.
Is that like red sky at night, sailor's delight, red sky in morning, sailor take warning?
Yes.
What you see in the sky. But really, though, I mean, if you think about it, all of these things happened for, I mean, obviously blood spilling was, but when didn't blood spill back in like
Exactly.
14, 15s, 16, 1700s?
Exactly.
Really, people didn't become, what do you want to say, quote unquote, civilized until, would you say probably early to mid 1800s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Really, I think the Industrial Revolution brought about a lot of
The Industrial Revolution absolutely brought about that because
a
before
great
that,
awakening, we'll say.
because before that it was just, what did you do? If you ran out of resources, you found somebody that had them and you killed them, right?
Yes.
And so the Industrial
I
Revolution
still-
brought forth, I
Still do that.
We still subscribe to that. But the Industrial Revolution brought about working to earn a wage to pay for goods and services rather than, killing for them. So really it was kind of survival of the fittest. That was the first chink in the armor of survival of the fittest, I feel like,
Yeah.
is the Industrial Revolution, which now there's no such thing as survival of the fittest, which is why there's so many dumb people out there. Because no one,
Exactly.
there's no consequences to you being dumb. Am I wrong on that?
No, you are not. You are not.
Because back in the day, you just didn't survive. If you were an idiot, you were dead.
Well, so some of the other things that you heard with this latest thing with the Aurora, with the just having the eclipse and all that, was just that basically this could bring about the end of the world. And
Am I supposed to be scared of that? I'm not.
no, I'm not either.
No, but I mean, if it happens, I think it's fucking great. Maybe some people would actually listen to our podcast then.
I doubt it. There would
Yeah.
be a lot less people, but there would also be less podcasts to compete with.
Well, there you go.
So there's a plus. So I believe I've got a couple of picture options for cat piss.
All right, I enjoy it.
We need to use one of these for cover art, so that people can see what he looks like.
All right.
We'll nab one of these for the cover art.
For the
One
cover,
of these.
and then just let me know, or you can upload it and then just slam it in there and
Yeah, I'll upload it.
call it good.
I was so glad he got a riddle in.
I really was. Gas money.
Yeah,
I wasn't even thinking along those lines because he's really thrown us curveballs in the riddles he's presented to us in the past.
I was trying to think of how to tie in his song, and the
He
non-dairy creamer blues.
he actually tied it in very well, yeah,
Yeah,
because it
So-
was gas
money
money.
with the non-dairy creamer fart blues. So yeah,
Cat Piss has had some classics. Probably should try to figure out the classics he shared with us. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll go back and
We need a Cat Biss compilation.
We do.
Yeah.
So, all right. Let me write it down.
Good job.
Got it.
Good job.
You didn't even take the cap off the Sharpie.
Oh, it's just a bunch of circles that you didn't write.
It's just wingdings. On my Windows 95.
If you get a gigantic magnifying glass, you can read that.
Man, you see?
All right. Should we get out of this one?
Yeah, I think so. It's been a good episode. I got a pee, so I think it's probably just as good a time as any to get out of this episode.
They're always a good time. They're probably a better time to never start them.
Do you ever think about that? Like sliding doors? Like, what if we never started this whole endeavor?
It'd be really boring, wouldn't it?
I'd probably still be working for a local radio station, not getting paid and doing a lot of stuff.
Instead, you're doing this and not getting paid.
What a kick!
But it's ours.
What a kick to the knackers. Yeah, at least there's that. Like,
well, I mean, we do the equivalent of 1 week worth of radio station in one episode.
We really do. I've been keeping track of that, and really, we put out more original content in one episode than what a lot of the local radio stations' morning shows do all week for original content. I mean, yes, they're on the air, they're talking, they're doing things, but it's like reading something scripted. I mean, we could do celebrity birthdays every.
I think we should do that, and I've got one episode of Ask the Vet that I'd like to play every episode.
It's about ticks or fleas.
It's just about spading.
Oh, okay.
Not neutering.
No,
Didn't get
that's
to that one yet.
We have not achieved that pinnacle yet.
Next week on Ask the Vet.
They play daily. Anyway, I digress. I'm not here. I was told by listener letters to stop it, so I'm going to stop it.
So hard to stop it.
It's low hanging fruit.
It is. It really is. We're above that.
But here's the thing that really bothers me is where's the passion? Where's the everything else? It's gone. It's obviously gone, or hopefully it merely lies dormant and maybe it'll come back. Because once upon a time, I know it was there, and I know that it really was. But
I can tell you from working there, it kind of slowly gets sucked from you while you're there.
yeah,
It was expedited when I was there that happened, but that is what happens 100%.
because we do this, and I still, when I lose my passion for this, you'll know it. And I know I have it ebbs and flows, and I know there's sometimes when I'm way more, energetic about it, way more enthusiastic than others. But I've never not been passionate about it, even when I'm at my lulls, and even when I've not felt well physically. The same with you.
Yeah.
I think that's what's called being a professional. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know that we're professional.
Right.
Probably far from it, but we're passionate about it. We enjoy doing it.
Right.
It truly is just a bunch of friends getting together. And you look at the people that we've met through this whole thing, from Cookie to Cat Piss to, all the people at Tuscola-Palooza to our Hall of Famers and featured guests.
To anyone who's ever been on.
Everybody
We've featured over 160 different guests, to Mike Honcho, to Junior, to everybody. The people we've met through this. We love our podcast family. I love our podcast family.
Oh, it absolutely
and it truly is that. It's a podcast. We are a family, and we do this all together. And I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
No. No, it has truly been a blessing to be a part of, and just a really good time. I mean, there's never been a time. There's been plenty of times when I got to the podcast and I'm like, or before where I'm just like, I'm comfy in my chair and I don't feel like moving and I don't want to go. There has never been a time, not one out of, 510 plus episodes that we've done. Never once have I sat here and went, man, I really regret coming tonight.
Right. Right. And there were times when, you can go back and listen. I was not definitely at my best. I know of mentally, everything else physically, but the podcast is my safe haven, for lack of a better term.
It is our bit of therapy. This is a lot. I mean, regardless of how much money we've spent, it's way cheaper than what therapists would have cost.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Tired of having my therapist pull up in a brand new Corvette with my initials on the license plate.
Yeah.
Really disheartening.
It is.
Like, just fix me. Nah, I want to buy another Corvette.
Yeah. Yeah. Take another pill.
Yeah. We'll drug you up.
What is this one? It's just sugar, but take it.
Placebo, baby.
All right.
Yeah, it's time. Thank you, Catfish Johnson, for calling in. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. In overtime. Why not?
Junior.
What up?
What's happening, buddy?
What's crack-a-lacking, crackers?
We just had a very heartfelt soliloquy that lasted about 5 to 10 minutes. And we were talking about how this show has really changed our lives. And we were just about to end this episode, but we'll go into overtime for you. And we love that you've called in. What's happening with you, buddy?
No, we're just getting home from the Carsonville Lions Club meeting. It's been a long day.
I hear you.
The lovely Silent S is going to make a fabulous dinner.
Is she going to get a pineapple dessert?
Maybe. What are you, a pineapple cop?
Yeah, you owe me 30 laps around the house.
I'm in.
So what's been going on, Junior? Have you been keeping up on the pineapple consumption?
I'm sorry, I didn't. I'm the loser. I passed out that night.
Oh
my God.
Oh,
yeah.
my.
Yeah. Yep. I'm sorry. You just threw me all off. I feel like a fucking loser right now.
Oh.
And the disappointment in Silent S's eyes right now is just...
The
I'm
disappointment.
performing tonight. Pineapple or no pineapple?
Well, there you go.
So, I mean, I just want to know, with the limitations that you have, is it more effective or less effective than it would normally be?
No, it's totally on. It's very effective. Doesn't matter what handicap I got. But thanks for bringing that up, Adam.
Oh, you're welcome.
I got to pee. I'll be right back.
Pineapple.
What was that?
I have pineapple on the food order for tomorrow.
Fantastic. So
I guess we got pineapple tomorrow.
We are going to need a full report, I feel.
Okay. With the pineapple or without?
Well, I mean, there's got to be a control, right?
Yes, I guess. 'Cause we got asparagus going tonight, too.
Holy shit. You,
Yeah.
I don't know, that this could be,
You're speechless. I can tell. You're fucking speechless.
It sounds like a recipe for disaster, if you ask me.
What are you talking about, Willis?
Well, I mean, asparagus, everybody knows what asparagus does. We're trying to find out what pineapple does, and you're trying to throw off the whole goddamn experiment.
Right. Well, it doesn't matter right now because Silent S has got really bad allergies and a head cold.
Oh, boy. You know what'll
So
clear that
don't
up?
ask it. Yeah, I'm not going to taste my own juices either.
The vitamins in pineapple will heal.
The vitamins and gum will heal.
Silent S is talking tonight. I'm telling you.
I mean,
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
She has broken the silence.
I'm back.
So anyways, we got some good news and good news. I heard a bidet's in order.
You heard of what?
I heard the bidet's going to be in order, right?
It is. Yeah, absolutely. It'll be here next time you come here.
Did I ever tell you that I love titties?
You love shitting? Well, you're going to love shitting here. I'm going to have to...
No, I said I love titties.
Oh, titties.
Oh.
I thought you said you love shitting. Well, we talked about a bidet.
Yeah, you kind of zigged.
Well,
So,
Silent S is in rare form tonight. I just saw some titties.
so who doesn't love titties?
Yes. We all do.
It's universal. Whether you're a man or a woman or anywhere in between, you love titties.
Yeah.
Blind person with fucking bumps around the nipples. They mean braille for suck it. And,
Well, I mean, you know why this is, right? It's all of our very first food source.
Right.
And as animals, we love food.
Yes.
You started sucking on some titties.
Hey, Philip,
Yes.
your boy fucking had a walk-off, I think.
Torquay?
Torquay hit a 2-run homer.
He did.
No shit.
He hit a 2-run homer. It was in the bottom of the 8th, but
Bottom of the 8th. Okay.
so kind of it took the lead. But it's a final. Tigers won 6-5. Yeah, Torkelson hit a 2-run homer in the top of the 8th. Yep.
We left the Rumors, and they were losing 5-3. They just gave up whatever Fredo from what movie was that from?
That's from The Godfather. I knew it was you all along.
Yes. Gave up a 2-run homer as we were leaving, and I was like, "Motherfucker, let's go!" And then we had to go run to Dollar General and get some NyQuil for this young lady over here.
I thought you were going to say some socks to put on the doorknob.
No, you asshole, dude. The reason why I called DHC wasn't there.
Oh, okay. To give you a hard
But
time.
anyways,
Some NyQuil.
and then we got in progress the good old P&A Podcast Express featuring Adam Filkins and Phil Nickel.
I'm a featured guest?
We are, because you're our whole sponsor for our Carsonville Lions Club.
Yeah, I gotta get you the funds for that. I appreciate you in good faith making that happen. I really do.
No problem. No problem.
And I got to get you your glasses too. I put them down by my stuff on the table by the kitchen. So in the morning I'll grab them and put them in my truck. Then I'll just have them.
Much appreciated.
I'm tired of you not being able to see anything.
Yeah, you probably didn't really see. You probably didn't really see titties.
I saw these big mountains. I did.
All right, we'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Following that up, good GIF you sent the other day. Where was that fucking guy from Hangover, the Chinese guy? Fucking Adam sent that. He's like, dude, looking all around. We were talking about the glass last time.
That worked very well with the conversation.
Yeah, it was awesome. I got to give it to you. You're always stellar on the comebacks.
Well, I had to bring Ken Jong for the help on that.
Love him. Who also he graduated from Wayne State University.
He did. He's also a doctor, a medical doctor.
He's a doctor.
And
but
also
the Hangover movies came in and paid more.
And also he is the one of our top 10 drops. He's the guy that uttered it in Community. Do you have that?
I do. It is right here.
All right.
Oh,
you got it.
Gay. No shit. I did not even know that.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, from Community. Yeah.
Oh, dude, he's so good in that show.
Yeah.
So good.
He's Senor Chang.
I learn something new every day. I did not know that.
He starts off as a Spanish teacher, Senor Chang.
Yep.
Senor Chang.
And he's the one that says, "Ha, gay."
God damn, I love it.
Just a little clue. He doesn't really speak Spanish.
Right.
So the Cookie Monster chimed in earlier?
He did. He called during yesterday's episode. Absolutely.
All right.
And we had a Alabama Dan, or I'm sorry, not Alabama Dan.
Alabama Dan, rest in peace.
Yes, R.I.P. We had a Cat Piss Johnson.
Okay.
Cat Piss Johnson called in this episode earlier.
Sing a blues?
Yeah, he did. He had the non-dairy creamer fart blues he sang for us.
Oh. Whoa.
And he also had a great riddle.
He did.
And what was that? All right, I have to chime in. I'll chime in.
Yeah, you'll have to listen.
Okay.
But he's living high off the hog right now. He had that lady friend and she signed over all of her assets and then she got hit by a truck. So he's the happiest we've ever heard him. For a blues legend, that's the happiest I've ever heard that blues legend. What do you think?
Oh, for sure. He's financially set. He's out of a questionable relationship. I mean, everything's coming up roses.
Awesome. That's good to hear.
I mean,
So it's been a really good day then.
Oh, it has. It has. Another quality recording session in the studio.
Here in the old Palm Street Studios.
Love it.
So yeah, we're
tell
excited.
me something good. What's going on with your guys' day?
Well, I haven't plugged the refrigerator in yet up here.
Motherfucker, that's terrible. Tell me something good.
Hey, May 1st. Then
We're going May 1st?
May 1st, then plug it.
We get May out of the way, then I'm going to plug in the refrigerator.
And today's date is?
May 13th?
Yep.
What?
No, I'm going to plug in the refrigerator and get the old love seat up here. Actually, we commissioned Cookie. Oh, Cookie called us too. We already talked about that, but we commissioned Cookie to make us a table.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, perfect. I didn't even think about that.
And so you know the whole theory about you should let a fridge like sit for after you move it, you should let it sit for like 3 to 4 weeks before you plug it in.
Right.
So we're just being safe.
Yeah,
playing it safe.
We don't want the evil demons of the fridge past to kind of bite us in the badonkadonk.
Sure.
So
did Glenn McMurray call in?
Glenn McNary has not called us tonight.
No, he. I've been watching out the windows here, and I think he's lurking around.
But I feel like this Aurora Borealis thing has really got him all torn asunder.
He's all Twitter pated.
Yep.
Northern Lights.
Yes. Did you get any good views of them?
I did not. Someone sent me, I think my child sent me something. It was kind of like, he said it was awesome. It was like pink and bluish. That's all I heard.
It was pretty awesome. When I got home, everybody was outside. Mary had her camera out doing long exposure photography of them, and they turned out.
Oh, they turned out tremendous.
Yeah.
Silent S is jealous, he said.
I didn't even know they were happening. That worked.
Right.
What'd she say?
She said that she didn't even know that they were happening and how it worked.
No, and I was at work.
Oh, she was at work. I'm sorry.
She knows how it works. It's the refractory and the magnetic pull, and yeah.
I know how it works. I was just upset.
Are we still talking about the Northern Lights?
What the dog doing?
Thank you. What the dog doing?
Yeah.
Oh, dear Lord.
You know, it's weird because we're here in the studio and now we sit, Adam and I are sitting like side by side because I changed things up a little bit. It's a little weird because is this what actors feel like when you're like literally talking to nobody?
Well, now we know how like the news feels.
Right. Well, happening now, the news.
Over to you, Phil.
Well, Adam, I just read my last story, so over to you, Adam.
Back to me.
I was watching on this TV, like, what was that Charles Barkley podcast with somebody, and it's hilarious. I was like, could a podcast call another podcast?
Well, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God, I would love to talk to fucking Charles Barkley, dude. He's fucking hilarious.
Well, I'll work on hooking that up.
We'll get the bidet first.
I don't know if you could do that. It'd be ridiculous.
Ridiculous. It's terrible.
And that just sounds like it'd be totally ridiculous.
I've heard your podcast is terrible.
And he's so fucking blunt too with everything he says.
Oh yeah.
The guy, forget the guy that he does it with. It's a sports writer. Oh man. And they were talking about tattoos, and he goes, the white guy, another white guy said, fuck. Man, do you have enough ink? And Charles Barkley was getting on his bottom, his ass. And I was laughing. It was on a commercial, but it was stupid for me to bring this up because I don't know what I got up with today. But I've been drinking a couple ultras.
Nice.
Well, like two dozen.
Rumors are packed today, man.
2 dozen more, and you might feel a buzz.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, man.
Rumors was packed, huh?
It was packed today.
I don't even know if Decker was open.
They weren't open today.
Oh man.
They were closed today for a deep cleaning.
That don't seem realistic.
I want to know what that consists of.
I'd like to know too, but you think I'm joshing you, but hold on. I will show my co-host.
There weren't nobody there.
I was listening to some particular show in the morning today when I was at the course, mowing along on a beautiful Monday. They're doing a millage for the fire department.
Here in Deckerville?
I don't know. Yeah, they're asking for $6 million, which is millage.
So I want to talk about this because the village council meeting was going on tonight, and my neighbor, the village president across the street, was on the radio with the fire chief. $6 million is outrageous to ask for at one point. That's going to increase my yearly property taxes by 24%. I figured it out.
He said that it doesn't.
No. Get out of here. That's going to increase.
No, he stated it. I thought he stated that.
No, I know the math. It's going to make my property.
What is the current millage?
Well, the current millage is they don't have a millage for the fire department, but the fire department also serves well into I think it's 4 different townships. They're putting the $6 million on everyone who lives here in the village, which that means for me, that's an additional $300 and I believe it's $80-some a year in my property taxes.
Did you listen to this, Phil, today?
I've listened to it, I've read it, and I know it all. Absolutely.
Okay.
And I'm saying that's outrageous.
Okay,
nobody ever asked for $6 million at one time. Adam, I don't know if you know a lot about this, but $6 million is a ton to ask for.
It's a lot.
That's a fucking ton.
Well,
so what you do is you ask for
5. No, and they're just adding 1. It's
they're asking for $6 million straight up $6 million. You can't ask voters for that. You've got to ask for anywhere between one to 2.5 is typically.
What the hell do they want to do with that?
The price of equipment's gone up so much and they can't afford it and everything else.
It was costing like $8,000. They have 24 members on the team for the fire department. And not to change the subject, Deckerville has not asked for a millage ever. This is the first time.
I know, and I'm not going to argue these points, but I'm just saying you don't ask for $6 million out the gate. That'd be like if you handed a homeless person $5 and they punched you in the face and said, "Fuck you, I want 20."
Right, I got you. That part I was listening to. It's a big jump. 24 people. Go ahead.
Well, I know they need their money, but this is a piss poor strategy. You can't straddle the village of Deckerville's residents with all of this, knowing that they serve a much larger area. So the townships that they serve outside of this don't have to pay anything additional.
But are they looking to get them too for that?
No, they are. They are too. They said that they couldn't do it till November, and I think it was Argyle. Deckerville covers 101, I believe, miles.
Square miles, yeah.
Square miles. And I think that they are a close second to Argyle. And Argyle's bringing it to the voting public, in November. They couldn't put them on the ballot.
But for reference, I believe Deckerville's only like 12 or 14 square miles.
Okay.
So they're trying to straddle everybody within that small amount of area.
With the whole
$6 million and drop it on us, which for me, that's a big deal.
Oh, it is a big deal. And I mean, it's just such a big jump. If they were coming in asking for 2,
like I said, anywhere between 1/2 to 2.5 is typically what?
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, if they were asking for 2, it'd be like, well, it's still a lot, but it's probably worth it. But 6 is just such a huge jump from 0 to 6 is huge.
So for reference, anybody who has an assessed house of $50,000 assessed value, tax assessable value of $50,000, that's going to cost you an additional $300 a year in your property taxes.
Yeah.
And what if the household has a bidet?
Well, then I guess we're going to jump an additional $360 a year in taxes.
Okay, well, I'm just asking. But they said I think they have 24 members on their fire department, and God bless them all.
And I
Thank
know
you for everything that they do.
And I'm not
I think
trying
it's
to.
$8,400 to suit them up, each individual member.
And I get it. And it only lasts 10 years. The equipment's got to be renewed every 10
Right.
years. And I get
Sure.
it. I get
And
it.
that's
I
not-
get it. And I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to hinder
Absolutely.
our local services. But to ask for
Right.
$6 million straight out the gate, that's a slap in the face to everybody here in Deckerville, in my opinion. That's a lot. You ask for 2 now, and you ask for maybe 2 in a couple of years, and you figure it out.
Yep. And
So-
then, like I said, you like you said, Philip, the equipment lasts for 10 years, and if somebody transfers and becomes a professional firefighter in some communities, not volunteer, they have to eat that, and
I know.
hopefully maybe someone can fit into that. You know,
I know. I'm aware. I'm aware of all of it, and it does
I know.
suck.
Well,
it does suck, and but you can't tell me. So wait a minute. Hold on. Hold the fuck up right now. The answer is in the
Go ahead.
question. You can't tell me Obama's out here forgiving every asshole for their fucking student loan debt, and we can't figure out some national program that would help small towns like this fund that shit from the national government.
So it's $201,000 to outfit every guy with brand new equipment.
sure, yep,
So $6 million in Deckerville is going to bring in way more than that.
Well, they said they got to pay because they just got a new fire engine and everything. They got to pay. I think it's $45,000 a year.
2018.
Yeah, so like $40,000 a year is the payment.
Right. And if something happens to that fire truck,
Yeah,
they have to go to a backup, correct?
I know.
And I don't know how many he said he had today, how many fire trucks Deckerville has.
No, I know. I'm actually not gonna. I'm gonna stop here because I'm not happy
We're
about
getting
it.
Phil all fired up.
Because this is
I'm
bullshit.
sorry.
I pay enough in taxes.
Well, and the sad part is you pay enough in taxes for very little.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. My kids don't go to this school. I don't give a fuck how dumb other people's kids are that live in this town.
Well, no amount of money is going to fix that.
Right.
That's breeding.
Right.
I mean, in my township, I'm paying over $1,000 a year in property taxes, and they don't do anything.
So I get a double whammy. I live in town, and I have the township. I pay right now over $1,800 a year in taxes, and it's going to go up to over 21 if this $6 million goes through.
Yeah, that's ridiculous for what return?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I mean that's my big question. They put a sign in Watertown that they don't do anything with. A big lighted animated sign. They never have any useful information on it. Most of the stuff is a month outdated. They had an offer by the Amish to come in and they had an issue with a tree falling over in the cemetery.
I know, and now all the trees are gone.
They had an offer by the Amish to come in and take them out for nothing, $0. Their excuse was, well, the Amish don't have insurance. But they paid a huge amount, like $66,000 for a company to come in and take these out. That company then sold the lumber to the Amish. And they could have gotten an insurance policy. I mean, keep in mind, this is in a cemetery. Chances are there's very little risk to life in a cemetery. And they could have just simply taken the trees down, let the Amish take the trees down, buy your own insurance policy for what, tops $3,000?
Oh, yeah.
And the Amish come in over a week and they take all the trees out. So they didn't do it that way because the Amish didn't have insurance, but they could have bought their own damn insurance policy for way less money. Instead, they paid $66,000. This company, they took a bunch of the premium stuff out. Then they sold a bunch of stuff to the Amish for their sawmills. And that company made out like a bandit.
So I'm reinvigorated now. I actually need to apply to be on the docket to be elected to the village council here in November, because they keep asking for money for everything. And my water and utility bills through the village, they've gone up almost 40% in the last year and a half here. Why?
Yeah.
Nobody can give me an answer. Well, we undercharged everybody for so long. Not my problem.
Well, yeah. And so
Charge everybody for what?
For water, sewer, trash pickup, and I think that's it. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
and see, I pay
What
all.
was the price they charged? What did they up it? I'm sorry.
So it used to be 70 some bucks a month. Now it's up to 120. And that's just in 3 years. It's gone up that much. 2.5 years. And it was that 70 something for a solid 4 or 5 straight years.
Well, how'd that change?
Nobody knows.
They just decide arbitrarily. I mean, honestly, it's the labor that everybody has to pay, because it used to be okay for a company to charge X amount of dollars. They pay somebody and they profit a little bit from it. Now everybody's got there's a whole theory in business out there called 10Xing your and I don't know if either of you guys have heard about this, but
I have. Yeah.
It's a whole theory in business that for every dollar you spend, you need to make 10 in order to make your business work. And that's not how businesses should work, especially in a small area like this. I mean, you look at the, and I'm all for people making profit. I'm big in the free market system, but that's not a free market system. That's just plain 100% greed. So that's where all this comes in, is because when they bring in somebody, I feel bad for the people in Sandusky and what's going to happen to them after this whole, everything that they have to fix there and do, because it's going to be a cascade effect. They freaking go through and replace all this piping and everything, and then it's going to be something else in the city that needs fixed because something else isn't robust enough to handle it.
Well, and I just feel like, and the reason I said I might toss my hat in the ring is simply because what are we not pursuing here? What small towns like this, I know there's lots of, the government's giving out money like a fucking Pez dispenser. And you can't tell me that if you do a little bit of diligence and a little bit of whatever, they'll help you with things such as what the fire department's facing right now. With
very little effort, I got a local nonprofit hospital $348,000 in grant money.
Right.
There is no reason that was not for patient care.
Or you just do a good old fashioned hit the bricks and go collect dollars from everybody and do it just a fundraiser, even, because the power of that is astounding sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sure it is. Absolutely. I just went through it a couple weeks ago.
Anyway, I digress. I don't like what's going on right now.
It's not a political podcast.
Yeah. Lord Adam, one quick question though. That same hospital that you got the grant money for, is that the same one that we talked about, that is your friend that worked there for 30 years and they let her go and they're going under? They can't pay anybody?
44 years.
Yes.
44 years.
That's the same place.
Working at the hospital. Yes.
That's what the fuck?
Yep.
That's all I can say is what the fuck?
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy times over there. Crazy times.
What the fuck?
All right. Tell me something else. Tell me something.
What the fuck?
One more. There we go.
There we go.
So, I mean, what good are you guys doing over there?
I got a great view right now of this young lady, Silent S is her name, and she is cooking. Let me go see it. The aroma here. I'm gonna get you guys hungry right now. I just it gets me hard right now watching her cook.
Awesome.
It gets me hard. We got green peppers, we got yellow peppers, we got mushrooms, we got onions. We got some. Actually, I won't even say this, but I'm going to say it. Ramen noodles. We got
Nice.
shrimp. We're going to mix it all together.
Dude, I love making gourmet ramen.
I'll be over in
fuck.
I'll be over in about 45 minutes.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, you can come over.
You can be over in
Bring my
20. We
glasses,
don't even have
fucker.
to tear this stuff down.
Right. I can be there in 20 minutes if we just wrap this up soon. Yeah.
Watching this young lady fucking perform cooking. Oh my God. There's a toilet that's getting plugged tonight.
That
Oh
is,
my Lord.
I can't wait for my plumbing to get punished here because I pay a lot of money for it. So my sewer services.
Yeah, I
So
was thinking about that. We're going to have shits though, or can we just do it for fun?
oh, you can spray your ass off even if you don't.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
because
Thank
no,
you
you
for
don't
that
have to. You don't have to shit. You can sit. Literally, if you feel like you didn't have a clean wipe
know.
earlier in the day, you can sit and I'm buying the one with the dryer too because we were told by Chuckles,
Yes.
if it doesn't have a dryer,
Yes.
don't bother.
Yes.
Don't bring
Was
that
there any
weak
other?
shit
Did
in
you
here.
already look this up, Sir Philip? You got the one picked out?
I've got the one picked out. I've told you it's going to have to be in the bathroom downstairs though because the upstairs is not the elongated toilet.
And
The one
I can
downstairs
see that
is.
with that one.
Yeah.
We're going to have to replace your toilet. When we totally remodel the upstairs here and rip out all the walls, we're going to put just a massive toilet in there.
It's going to be like the extra long elongated. It's going to be like that. It's going to be like in the Westerns, the spoofs they used to show where the horse is actually like 3 times longer than it normally is because there's like 5 people riding on it. Yeah.
You know how they have the when you go to a water park and they have the water slides that like go outside of a building and they're clear so that everybody can see it? I pictured that.
The poop
love
luge.
Yes. The poop loop, we'll call
Is
it.
there any other extras besides just blow water and a dryer on it, Sir Philip?
Oh yeah, there's a bunch of different settings. There's a dryer. There's a seated. It's seated. The seat is heated. There we go. The seat is heated. There's a dryer. There's 4 or 5 different settings for the water spray, and yeah, there's even one called the Bellagio. Yeah.
Is it like a Bellagio where you can play poker and shit?
No, it's like the water feature outside of it.
What I look forward is to the day when we can afford to have a studio that has all of the guest chairs are bidet powered.
Like just shit where you're at.
I want you guys to look it up. There's not one podcast out there that has a bidet.
Oh, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
So we're the longest unsponsored, we're the longest shitty podcast, and now we'll be the only podcast with bidets.
Yeah.
We
That's what
need to.
two
We
together,
really
that's
need to call the Guinness Book of World Records.
Well,
Absolutely.
they will call us if we get a Wikipedia page, Ashley. Calling you out,
Not
Ashley.
Ashley.
Did you see me send that photo today where I look?
I did.
There's no reason we cannot get approved for a Wikipedia page at this point. I feel like.
No, we should have one. We should have one.
Right. A Hall of Famer would get us a Wikipedia page,
You would think so.
right?
You would think so.
Hopefully
We're putting it out there.
hopefully
I'm
she-
putting it out there.
Hopefully she hasn't stopped listening at this point because we're at the hour and 35-minute mark or hour and 34-minute mark.
Yeah. Well, if she
Is this the second episode?
It is. This is Thursday's episode.
Are you using also the one that you guys did a couple days ago with GHC?
yes, we
Saturday?
are.
That
Right.
was Tuesdays. Yes.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm going to make clips out of this week because they have been terrible.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. You're cutting out.
Oh, I said I don't know what we're going to make clips out of this week.
Just put
because
some
these have
lightning
been
in between
terrible.
my fingers.
There. Now I don't need to add sound effects.
I love it. That was real time. All right. We should probably get going, and you got to go eat your ramen and other things probably.
Hello.
Are you already eating ramen?
Morning.
You're breaking up.
What the
What'd
dog
you do?
doing?
Where'd you stick your
Is it
phone?
me? I know it's. What?
Are you there?
Where'd you stick your phone?
I'm right here at the kitchen table.
Oh, we said we probably should wrap this up because you've got to go eat your ramen and probably some other things.
Okay. Did you hear that?
Right?
Thank you. It's going down.
Good on you, mate.
Right? Solid work as always.
All right, we're gonna get out of here. You have a good time eating and enjoy dinner too.
Yes.
There you go.
All righty.
Well, thank you for calling.
Did I ever
Junior.
tell you though? I got an Amish joke right now.
Okay, go ahead.
What do you call an Amish guy with his head up a horse's ass?
A mechanic.
Thank you. What goes clickety clank bang? Clickety clank bang.
I don't know that one.
That's an Amish drive-by.
Perfect.
All right,
dear Lord. All right, Junior.
The hot cooker over here, Silent S, and Junior says goodbye. We love you guys. Be safe.
All right. We love you too, buddy. We love you both.
And, I want my glasses by Wednesday,
All right, you got it.
and I will talk to you guys later. All right?
All right.
Junior, Silent S, out.
Perfect.
This has been a long but very good, fruitful episode.
It's low-hanging fruit, I guess, but it's...
Yeah, well, we turn local politics. That's way better than big politics.
I didn't mean to get that wrapped up about it. I'm very upset about it. That's a lot. That's a lot.
It is. It's a tremendous amount, especially if they have not asked for this before. What are they doing with all their other money?
Right.
You know, what does the city do with the money that they get from you? What does the township do?
So here's the thing, and you're going to see this more and more, and all of us are going to see this more and more. And I know I don't like to utter this word, but the COVID funds are starting to run out for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so now it's time to pay the piper because a lot of people have been living high off the hog.
Yes.
And now it's done. So now
I want to know how those people did that, though.
Right.
Because it wasn't me.
No, sure the fuck wasn't me.
Some people are probably like, oh, yeah, look at all that equipment you got. That's all COVID equipment. It is not.
I will show you the receipts, and I will show you the angry emails from my accountant.
Yes.
Anyhow.
Which is probably one of the guys that sent us emails about the podcast being shitty.
One end of the same.
Yes. All right. Let's get out of here.
All right. We had a lovely call in from Catfish Johnson. Blues legend, Catfish Johnson. Always a pleasure, never a chore.
Always.
We love you, buddy. Thanks for calling in. Junior and Silent S, thanks for calling in late, interrupting the flow and making this thing go extended after we had a heartfelt moment.
Overtime.
And he's Adam Filkins. I'm Phil Nickel. Go to our socials, like us, love us, share us, fail us. I don't care. All of them. And from everybody else here from the Palm Street Studios, make good choices.